Okay, so I'm the one of the animators of this Acts 3, which is development, production and mobilisation of plant and algal biomass. I do this with Julien Demenois from CIRAD. I'm from the CEA. Fortunately, Julien can't be with us today, but I'll try to do a job for both of us. This call then for the Acts 3, the general context of it was based around this question, in fact, that Pierre and Sylvie and Patricia had formulated. And it was pretty much, how can we produce more plant biomass, use it for food and energy, while increasing carbon sinks and reducing emissions. I put up a little sort of scheme here, which very, very simplifies this sort of new concepts of renewable energy, you know, the virtuous cycle of carbon that we could possibly do, you know, through industry. The question that we all had is this actually a realistic question? Is this possible? And you know, FairCarboN was a really good forum for us to explore this question, because when we sat down and thought about it, well, in fact, we need really more knowledge to be able to answer these questions and actually work out the feasibility of this. And so we're going to create more knowledge then through this call, through Acts 3. Of course, Acts 3 will be working quite closely with the PC2 and the PC4. In the end, the projects that we put forward, we wanted them to be able to go from the molecule up to the ecosystem. So that was already sort of quite a big call for a project. We said that they could be either sort of terrestrial or oceanic in their scope, that they had to be sort of integrated and sort of multi-scale, and also transdisciplinary. So by the time that we put all of that forward, we also had sort of some key questions that we considered that had to be answered within this call. One of these was, how can this resource use efficiency be improved, especially for light, water and nutrients? How can we better quantify the efficiency of plant roots in the rhizosphere? What's the role of algae in coastal carbon sequestration? How will plants react to climate change and extreme events in the future? And will innovative ideas for biomass use be economically viable? So this was then another part of this sort of idea around biomass that was included in Acts 3 that had to be accounted for in this call. So this was a difficult exercise. And you can see that this is AAP2, and the first AAP, we didn't have any Acts 3 projects that went through, because for the type of sort of researchers who could go from the molecule to the ecosystem, this exercise was just too difficult the first time around. So luckily we had a second chance to have a go at this. And we have these 3 laureates then. One of them is oceanic. We have one which is land, and one then which is soil. So it's a really sort of nice portfolio of projects for this Acts. I'd like to talk more about this, but I don't think I have time because I've only got 5 minutes. So I'm just going to leave you then with these images, and I'm going to call up the first speaker then to present their project.
Right, thank you very much indeed, Xenie.